Welcome to Inside Magazine. I'm David Matlin. Well, for all Syrians, Israel was the enemy, the country to at least reject, if not destroy. Well, the border was all but impassable despite the decades-long ceasefire between the countries. But today, the civil war in Syria has breached that wall. Syrians crossed the border to put their lives in the hands of Israelis, the same Israelis they were taught to hate. An unthinkable situation not long ago. Well, in just the past 2 years, Israel's treated more than 800 Syrians in Israeli hospitals. Embedded with the medical staff at Ziv Hospital in Sfat, we were able to share in the remarkable lives of these wounded children, civilians, and militants as they opened up to us in an extraordinary fashion. Well, here's In the Enemy's Hands, a report by Nadav Newhouse for I24 News.
No.
I was scared to come here because I am in the state of Israel. It's an enemy country to us.
We are taking care of people who declare that at the end of the day they want to annihilate us.
It happened on the first step of the stairs. 2 shells landed on us and I lost my legs.
After the 1973 war, Israel and Syria agreed to a ceasefire enforced by the United Nations. For years, the Golan Heights were peaceful until the Syrian civil war got closer and reached the border.
The smoke, we saw the smoke and it was like a surrealistic play. You were sitting by the pool enjoying yourself, and actually not so far from you at a distance of 20 kilometers people are fighting and losing their lives.
The 16th of February 2013. For the first time, Syrian wounded arrived at an Israeli hospital, to Dodi's trauma department of the Ziv Hospital in Sfat. At the time, it was a surprise. Since then, it's become a routine.
It's been a year that I've been inside this madness. Not just me, everyone that works here. You have to understand that the relationship between Israel and Syria is one of war. There's a border where you cannot come or go. We are taking care of people that declare that at the end of the day they want to annihilate us. No, it's a shooting. They shot him in the legs. Behind this fence that we call borders, it's just ordinary people. Each one with his own problems, with his own pains, with his own love, simple people.
Some of the patients treated by Ziv Hospital are children, victims of the war, like Sammy, 10 years old, who arrived with his cousin and his grandmother.
We were sitting on the roof and the shelling started on Jazim. My grandma started saying to us, "Come down, come down." We didn't listen to her and we said to her, "Whatever God wants to happen will happen." There were 4 missiles, 2 landed on our building and 2 on our neighbor's building. Nobody got hit next door. Me, my legs were gone. My cousin lost 1 leg.
Because his relatives had already been treated in Israel, Sammy was not surprised nor afraid when the IDF took him after the Free Syrian Army got him to the Israeli border.
I got very happy. I said to myself, they will fix a leg for me straight away. I said to my uncle, please take me to them. I want him to fix my leg so I can be cured.
To take care of those kids, the hospital's team relies on a very special character. He plays an important role in the process, as important as a doctor.
I was born a clown. Not a medical clown, but I was born a clown.
Johnny speaks the language of the children. Often, he's the first one who will be able to communicate with them. One day, 2 Syrian girls arrived, badly wounded. They were in shock and didn't want to talk with anyone.
Hello, hello, hello. I walked into the room. It was the first time I saw young girls, small children without legs. Fish. You know what fish is?
Yes.
So let's play. You didn't close your eyes. You tricked me. From there down, it was something thin. Her leg was cut.
والفرفورة عالي مراية وألف بيب وباي قلم رصاص ومحاية وأنا بكتب على اللوح وأنتوا بتقروا وراي حرف القاف.
She didn't want to speak with anyone. She was always crying. So I got into the room and she tells me, "Go away, go away, go, I don't want no one. I only want my mother." So I asked her, "What if I bring your mother? Can we be friends?" So she said yes.
Me and my mom, we were sitting outside and the shelling started. Everything became black and very dusty. The water tanks exploded and everything fell on us. My mother crawled outside and started screaming. In Jordan, because I am scared for my siblings. I don't want the Syrian to kill us.
Ziv's hospital not only welcomed children and wounded civilians, a special section takes care of another kind of wounded, the fighters, regardless of the side that they're fighting for. The Israeli military police has secured this area well, and we could only meet Mohammed, a 24-year-old Free Syrian Army fighter, when he was treated. His arrival in Israel was not easy on him.
Of course I was scared to come here. The regime, they hammered into us that Israelis are our enemy and stuff like that.
But after 2 months of treatment, Mohammed will soon go back to Syria with a prosthetic leg in a completely different state of mind, like many others.
Today what we saw is different. The kind of treatment, the humanity. All of this is what we saw in Israel. Yes, my ideas have changed.
For most of the medical staff, the Syrians are patients, regular patients that need their help. Political ideology has no room in the hospital.
I am right-wing, yes. If I'm nationalistic, yes, I'm nationalistic. I'm for a whole state of Israel. I'm for including all the territories of the land of Israel. I'm for all sorts of things that this is not the place to talk about. It doesn't stop me from treating a child who is suffering. And at that moment, like I said before, I don't see him as my enemy, which is a bonus for me because I'm not treating the enemy, I'm treating a child.
Avidan is a nurse at the children's department. He lives on the Golan Heights, just a few kilometers from the villages in Syria where the children come from.
I had no idea that wounded people from over there would end up here with me. This war is on the other side of a border that has been closed for years. Almost nothing goes through but apples.
Until the Syrian civil war ends, this situation will remain. The medical staff is saving Syrians' lives. Moreover, they are a new image of Israel.
When you take care of wounded people who one day can become your enemy or your son's enemy or your grandchild's, there's something hard about that. But I believe with a full heart that there's a chance for peace. Not just peace between nations, but peace between people. An unwanting of war, I'll call it. I think that all the casualties that were here and were taken care of, inside themselves, they understood that the other side is just like them.
I really hope I am sowing seeds of peace. I would like to believe that's what I'm doing, but until I see proof of that, I'll still be skeptical. I would really like to hope and believe that this boy will grow up and remember what we did for him here. He doesn't have to remember the details or specific people, but remember what we did and how much energy and heart we put into it. And he won't do that. And if he does come to a situation where he must do that, where it will be ordered of him to do that, then his memory will stop him from doing that.
They come into my heart. They stay there. I think about them all the time. What are they doing? How is their life now? Where are they?
When Bashar will fall, I will start to learn in school.
Nadav joins us in the studio. Thank you for joining us. I know this was a difficult story for you to get into and really get access to, but what barriers did you really face, and why is the story so buried?
I think the beginning was Israel didn't know what to do with this story. They didn't want to show that they support any side. Basically, they were sitting on the fence. And then you have the problem of the people that they treated, that for the people back home, back home in Syria, it's dangerous for them to know that they were in Israel. So Israel and the doctors and the hospital really try to keep it basically that nobody will talk about it. And it took me a few months to get an access to the hospital. And when they told me, when they gave me an okay to come in, I told him, I want an open door. I don't want to come for one day. I'm coming for a few days.
To really get into these people's lives, to
understand,
really understand it, yes.
To understand what they pass, you know, to understand what the doctors pass, how it affects not only, you know, usually we hear from Syria only about the devastation and what's happened to the victims, but what I understood that what's happened over there is more than that. There is a human interest. There is something more than just people that got wounded during a conflict and doctors that treat them. Something more than that happened. And for that, I needed more than a day or two. And I told him from the beginning to the spokesman, I need an open door. And basically when I came first day that I arrived, I didn't shoot any picture. I was walking with my cameras, I just let them chill out, relaxed. I'm
see you being there to feel your presence.
To be there. And then the relationship between the patient, between the doctors, start to develop.
The humanity really is striking. I mean, these people crossed one of the most formidable barriers in the world, the border between Syria and Israel. Now, they came over from a place where Israel, right, just basically vilified. They don't know anything about the country, and vice versa. But what chance now, after sitting with these people, what chance do you think they have of returning to Syria and bringing that experience with them and actually maybe changing the narrative about Israel in Syria?
Let's say, I don't know if they will speak openly about what's happened to what's happened to them and where they're been, but I know that with the family they are talking about it. And as the doctor said, you know, it's enough that one know and then another one know, and it's like seeds. It's seeds of peace. This is how they call it, seeds of peace. And basically when you change your mind of one, it's developing. So if we will see a change that happened overnight, I don't think so. But for the future, for sure. Think about these kids. You know, a kid that someone give him legs. Basically, someone give him the ability to walk again after he loses 2 of his legs. He's going back. For the rest of his life, he will know that the country, that the regime, always say that this is the enemy, this is a devil. Suddenly, he cannot agree with that. And when someone will come and tell him, oh, Israel, it's a devil, or Israel, it's a bad country, it's our enemy.
You know that that's not true. The
He will
humanity
know
is
inside.
truly striking here. Thank you for bringing us the story, Nadav. And thank you for being with us today at Insight. We'll see you again next week.